Eddie Hearn here with Boxing Social. A major announcement today. How excited are you?
Excited, unexpected. I mean, I knew once we agreed the deal there'd be a lot of people saying, I've been following it on social media. Nah, it's not true. You'd never do that. They hate each other. So sometimes great business makes great sense. This is, I think, great business for everybody. And I'm excited to see Amir come back. You know, last boxed in the UK 5 years ago. And it was at a time where British boxing was nowhere near where it is now. He is one of the biggest stars in world boxing. He's extremely exciting. April 21st, you see him back in Liverpool. It's going to be very exciting.
And I'm sure most British fight fans will be thinking, 3 fights time with match. Is Kell going to be one of those?
Yeah,
fights?
of course. I mean, that's the first thing that everybody thinks of, and that's definitely an aim of ours, to secure that fight. There's other fights out there for both guys. You know, big fights out there for Kell Brook in the 154 division. Amir Khan, you look at Broner, you look at Spence, you look at Thurman, you look at Garcia, Pacquiao. So these are the kind of names that we're looking to get to. April 21st, he wants to jump in with a good fight at the welterweight division. We'll announce the opponent next week. And then really move forward into all the major fights in 2018. Yeah,
and it's been rumoured that March 31st, Joshua Parker.
Yeah, it's possible. That's one of the dates that we're looking at. David Higgins is in London at the moment. We're negotiating that fight. We hope that next week we'll have a deal done and we can move into another big unification fight for Anthony Joshua.
Yes, and Tyson Fury's been active on social media today. He's tweeting that he's going to get reapply for his license.
Yeah, good news, good news. I mean, I spoke to Tyson this morning. He actually, I think, spoke to Anthony Joshua at the weekend, and we want to fight Tyson Fury. We'll start negotiations now with Tyson Fury, but we can't base our career on a guy that's been out of the ring for 2 years. He's still got 6 stone to lose and pulled out of his last 2 fights. Oh, and doesn't have a license either. But we will fight him. But show us that you're for real, and we will sign in a heartbeat for that fight. We will give the public what they want. Anthony Joshua would love to fight Tyson Fury.
And I got to ask your opinion on the fallout from the O'Hara Davies situation.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, listen, O'Hara Davies is a good guy, but unfortunately he's a different person on social media, and what he said on social media was unacceptable, and it cut deep to a lot of our friends, our fighters, and a city that we're very fond of. So I felt like I had to act. He didn't know the history. It was naive, it was ignorant, but tough. If you want to be that person, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So my advice to him, and we felt that we had to act, the way in which I thought to act was to take him off the show. Will we work with him again? That's to be discussed. I'm open to that, but he has to change. You know, I think he should come off social media because he's a different person on social media. He's had to be the controversial guy, and we all know that, to get himself to a position. Otherwise, he was just like everybody else. He's done a really good job, but he's overstepped the mark on so many occasions. He doesn't need to behave like that anymore. He can just be himself, which is a good guy. But if he wants to listen, fine. If he doesn't, we wish him all the best. He's a great fighter, but you know, I will state O'Hara Davies is a good guy. He was just extremely ignorant, but this isn't the first time. You know, there's been 3 or 4 instances he's been called before the British Boxing Board of Control. So people say that's a bit harsh. Not really when you look at the history. But like I said, he said things that were highly offensive. He didn't mean it, but he still said it, and I felt like we had to act.
Okay, Eddie, thank you.
Cheers, mate. Cool.